This fight looks chaotic and fast, but every frame is carefully designed to be readable. This scene is a masterclass in fight animation. In this video, I'll break down the Genos versus Saitama fight to show you from an animator's perspective why it works so well. Hey everyone, and welcome to another animation breakdown where I'll be taking a look at the very popular One Punch Man, a fight between Saitama and Genos, which is one of my favorite scenes and very popular One Punch Man anime series. Yeah, let's get straight into it and take a look at the fight sequence. There's lots of cool camera moves, fighting, slow motion, speeding things up, and amazing effects. So let's take a look. Okay, so what we're seeing here is a typical anime fight scene build-up. You'll have a close-up of the character's eyes, the face, like eyeing each other out just before the fight happens, just getting ready into their poses, which is very typical. Just very one small like animation trick to show you is if the camera's not moving, you'll usually have the character do a small adjustment. So for example, the camera's not moving for Genos, but he's doing a small little look up. That's cool. But then when you have the character quite static, you want there to be some motion. You don't want it to be completely static, nothing happening. So for Genos, the direction that they've chosen is a static camera with a close-up of the eyes. He's just looking up, targeting Saitama. And for Saitama, he's just standing there doing nothing, which, as he does sometimes. But the camera's tracking its panning screen left, which is nice, keeping things moving. And then when we go back to Genos, it's the opposite now for Genos. The camera's not static, the camera is moving. So that's just like a nice detail to add into the camera work. Part of the build-up, the first part was, if you look, Genos looking, Saitama looking. And then we go back to Genos, the camera's moving, but this time Genos is, he's getting ready to he's getting ready into his martial arts pose pre-attack or fight. But what's so awesome is not only is it the motion of the camera and the motion of Genos just getting ready, it's a bit like Neo from The Matrix or Morpheus when he does that and, come here. But also, like, as he's preparing, what's helping the audience see that he's preparing is the lights around his body are starting to come to life. They're building up and getting stronger. Like he's really getting fired up, literally, you know? And he goes into the super cool pose where he's really tense, and you can see the lights, because he is a cyborg, starting to show through his t-shirts, which would be the case as well if this was real. Some nice dust coming from the ground as soon as he puts his feet. And this is all a build up the moment of the fight. And there's just so much happening. So first of all, we go from seeing the face to the torso, then the feet. So you're seeing all parts of the body, the upper half from the head to the torso down to the body, the bottom half of the body, the legs. And then we get one shot tracking throughout the whole body. So it's just, rather than just showing the whole body, it's a nice creative way to show different parts of the body, building up, preparing for the fight. And then in this super awesome stance. And I do really love these, like, it's not cross-hatching. Cross-hatching is usually in like Batman comic books, the Marvel stuff. They usually have stuff like this just to show shade. It's not like that, it's just straight lines, but I do like the detail that they have in here. It gives it that comic book feel, like you are reading a manga, even though it is based on a manga. It's, it's an anime, but you don't see this kind of texture style in, because this is very it's very detailed. One Punch Man is super detailed in all the sense. Like you can even see the distortion in the air because of the steam that's coming out from inside the cyborg. So it's incredibly detailed. There's so many layers of stuff happening. So for example, the yellows that you have inside him, the mechanics that's working inside the cyborg, you can see is super bright, reddish orange. It's coming through the t-shirts. You've got the scribbles and the lines and the contrast of monochrome on a t-shirt, and you've also got like the blurriness of the steam that's coming out. So we've not even got into the animation and just the detail on the camera work, the posing, and the textures and the detail of the character itself is quite appealing. So it's just super exciting looking at this, and there's not much happened. So okay, we're going to Genos, and he's standing there. Such a contrast. Saitama just standing there. I'm not going to get into his posing and stuff because his character is, how if you guys like One Punch Man, you know how Saitama is. He's super chilled because he's just the strongest ever. And I just like he's nonchalant. Oh, really? Okay. But then he's over, second, he just switches it up and goes into super serious mode. Okay, this is really, really nice because we see Saitama. This is all one shot. Here, he's all the way here. Genos is all the way there. But the camera starts here and then it pulls out. And then we see Genos. It's a nice way to reveal Genos rather than a cut because we've been looking at cuts from the beginning of this sequence up until now. It's a nice way to reveal from Saitama. So snap back and Genos is about to go. So we don't need to see him with another cut starting to get ready. That build-up is already there. Okay, so he's firing up. Let's just see some nice effects. As soon as like these little uh, mechanical areas open, as soon as the fire boosters or whatever they are kick off, you got this nice impactful explosion. You got like the ground pieces of debris coming out. And then the explosion from behind him, he's getting so charged up, ready to explode, that it takes over the screen and it becomes a cut. Almost, yeah, it becomes a cut. So it's a really cool way of doing that. And then we have a shot of him coming towards Saitama, which is nice. Lots of camera movements, explosions. He goes past the camera. As soon as he goes past the camera, explosions happen and it cuts. You even want to like, in fight sequences, you want the cuts to be quite transitional. So it's either a slash with a sword, an explosion, or running towards the camera. And then you don't want it to feel the moment you have a cut while the character's standing before they get close to a camera or a motion is happening, it really slows down the momentum. So okay, we have okay, this is a this is very cool scene moment. So the camera is zooming towards Saitama, so we're in the perspective of Genos. Camera comes really close to Saitama. We cut back out just to see what's coming towards him. So you see how like they've chosen to hold Genos here for 4 frames, just so we read where he's coming from. Because if we had this shot, as soon as it starts, he's zooming in, it's going to be a little bit difficult to read. So they've deliberately kept him there for 3 frames. So if 3 frames, they're holding Genos. 1, 2, 3, 2 frames. He's coming down. 1, 2. Look at that. Saitama's like leaning backwards, but look at that blur, like that motion blur that they've created for him. That's very cool. So he's anticipating that attack, so he's already moving back. But look at that frame. That frame is super awesome. It's very inky, scribbly. And then the camera pans out and like over 1 frame. So Genos is holding that pose there, smack. You want to make sure in anime or any impactful shots that you're working on, whether it's fighting scenes usually, when a character moves really fast, you want to move over a big space, but you still like you want it to have your spacing really big with dynamic poses, but you still want to have some sort of ease in, ease out. So in the beginning, if you look at Genos, he's holding that pose, he's moving forward a bit more. It's still slow, but there is a spacing, there is an ease out of that. And then when he goes into this, it reads, it helps us read it. Yeah, you see? So if I play this, there. And then what they've chosen is once he goes straight towards the camera, the direction, the animators chose to hold that super awesome pose. In anime, you move quite slow, then really fast, and then you hold that pose, and then you come out of it. It's like Matrix bullet time, but and look at those effects. The electricity coming out of his body, and he is super cool, awesome, and he's just so nonchalant, like, oh, hey, Genos, you're there. I knew it. What I like here is Genos is going in one direction so quickly, he notices he didn't hit Saitama, so his eyes roll this way. It's a bit like Uchiha Madara when he's fighting in the Nations War at the end. When his eyes are flickering all over the place. It looks a little bit like that. So as he notices that, his momentum is driving him this way. So how does he turn back? He, you know, does this blast in the direction he's going to help him change where he's going, which is a really nice way of doing that. It helps sell the fact that the speed and momentum of what he's going was he cannot just stop himself. He needs to, explode in the direction to help prevent going there, to change his direction. Yeah, like the camera work here is awesome. Like the camera's tracking, so he goes really close to the camera, moves away, and comes back. There's a lot of moving forward and backwards in anime shots, just to seem more dynamic. And we do have this like you get this kind of background. It's supposed to be motion blur because the characters are moving so fast you don't read the background, but it's just like a lines of colors just whizzing past, and it's just supposed to indicate speed and motion blur, which works, you know. And it helps you from not having to draw or recreate the background constantly, especially in 2D.